Namaskar, this is Rohit Shankar Mane and you are watching Scientists Are Academy Towards Scientific World. Now in this lecture we are going to understand microbiology practical viva questions on the bacterial staining and the motility. If you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for more videos. First question, why stains are used? Now see, this question is a very basic question which is asked in the each and every microbiological practical vivos and in the interviews. So stains are used to render microscopic and the semi-transparent objects visible. It is used to study the morphology. It is used to observe the presence of various internal and the external structures. It is used to produce specific physical or chemical reactions. So these are the some basic ideas or some basic aims to use the stains. What is the difference between stains and dyes? Now this is a very common question. See, each and every practical examiner or the professor will ask you the same question. Now what is the difference between stains and dye? See, the coloring agent that is to be used for general purposes is called as a dye, and the agent which is used for the biological thing is called as a stain. So this is a very basic difference in between the stains and dyes. Now what is a stain? So stain is an organic compound. What it is? Stain is an organic compound containing both, that is a chromophores or exochrome groups linked to benzene ring. Now see, the stain, it is an organic compound, okay, and it contains two groups, that is the chromophores and the exochrome groups, and these two groups are linked with each other with the help of benzene ring. So this is the very basic simple definition of stain. What is chromogen? Now see, chromogen is a coloring compound which gives colors to the any object or any organism, any specimen that we are going to observe under the microscope, but it should be live in nature. Next question, enlist the types of stains. Now see, this is a very basic question. We have to enlist the types of stains. First stain, acidic and basic stains. Now see, these are the two stains what we know, that acidic and basic stains. Now next question would be the what is acidic stain? Now acidic stain, now see, the stain possesses the negatively charged chromophore and therefore has a strong attraction towards the positive constituents of the cell. Now see, the acidic stain, it is nothing but it contains negatively charged chromophore group. Now chromophore group is nothing but which gives colors to the organism. So these contains negative charge on the surface. So that's what it attracts towards the substance or towards the constituent those have positive charge. So acidic stain is nothing but it is a stain which contains negatively charged chromophore and it attracts towards the positively charged constituents of the cell. Next question, what are the examples of acidic stains? So nigrosin, Congo red, picric acid, rose Bengal red. Now these are the basic examples of acidic rain. Those contain negative charge on their chromophore and they attract towards the positive charged constituents of the cell. Enlist example of basic stain. Methylene blue, saffronin, crystal violet and the malachite green. These are some examples of basic stain, and basic stain is nothing but which contains positive charged chromophore and which attracts towards the negatively charged constituents of the cell. Next question, what is the simple staining? Now see, the simple staining is a very basic staining which is used in the microbiology. What it is? So it is a staining in which a single stain is used. That's what the staining is called as a simple staining. Next question, why smear is fixed in the staining? Now see, in each and every staining procedure, smear is fixed with the help of heat. Now why that heat fixation is required in the staining purpose? So it is used to fix the bacteria to adhere a slide so that they can be stained and observed under microscope. See, the basic logic is there, why we have to do heat fixation to the smear. So why? Because whatever the bacterial culture we are observing under the microscope, before that we are preparing one smear on the slide. So that bacterial culture, that bacteria should be adhere to the slide so that we can easily stain it and we can easily observe under the microscope. So that is the very basic logic behind the heat fixation. Generally, heat is used which causes coagulation of bacterial proteins to fix the bacterial surface. Next question. Describe the staining of bacteria with methylene blue. Now see, the methylene blue is used for the staining purpose of bacteria. Now here we have to describe how it reacts with the bacteria and how it gives the observation under the microscope. Now see, methylene blue is a basic dye which is used in the monochrome staining. So methylene blue is a basic dye which is used in the monochrome staining. Monochrome staining is also known as a simple staining, where only one stain or only one dye is used. When it rehydrates, it ionizes to form methylene blue and chloride ions. After staining, it gives blue color to the bacterial surface under a microscope. Now see, this is a basic idea because methylene blue is in the blue in color, which gives blue color to the bacterial surface, and as it is, the bacterial surface will show us blue color under the microscope. Now how Staphylococcus aureus looks like under microscope, that is under 100x. Now Staphylococcus aureus is ovoid or spherical shape arranged in the clusters under 100x. How E. coli looks like under 100x? So it looks like small rod-shaped bacteria under 100x. Next question is, what is negative staining? Now see, the negative staining is a technique by which bacterial cells are not stained but are made visible against the dark background. Now in the negative staining technique, we can use the nigrosin or Indian ink. So because of that, what happens, the background of the cell will be stained and the bacterial cell will be decolored. Like the bacterial cell won't be colored, won't be stained, that will be the colorless only. So under the 100x we can observe the colored background and the colorless bacteria. Which stains are used in negative staining? So as I told you, nigrosin, eosin, Congo red, rose bengal stain or Indian ink we can use. Advantages of negative staining. So first we can study the morphology of cells. Heat fixation is not required for the cells here. A natural size and shape we can observe here. So these are the three advantages of negative staining. What is gram staining? Now see, the gram staining is a very basic technique which is used in the microbiology to differentiate the bacteria as gram positive and the gram negative. So what it is? So it is a differential staining technique which was first time discovered by the Christian Gram in 1884. It is used to differentiate into gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Principle of gram staining. So in the process, a bacteria retains primary stain like crystal violet and it appears deep violet in the color known as gram positive bacteria. See, the gram positive bacteria appears in the violet color under the 100x, that is under the microscope. Why? Because it retains the crystal violet. While if bacteria lose primary stain and after decolorization it retains basic fuchsin, then it would be in pink color. It would be in the pink color under 100x. Now see, the gram positive bacterial cell gives us violet color under the 100x and gram negative bacterial gives us pink color or red color under 100x. Why it gives? Because the gram positive bacterial cell retains or it takes a primary stain, that is crystal violet. That's what it gives us violet color under the 100x. And the negative gram negative bacteria, it retains safranine or basic fuchsin without taking crystal violet. That's what it gives us pink or red color. So this is the basic principle of gram negative staining, gram staining. Enlist the reagents or stains used in gram staining. So crystal violet is used, it is a primary stain. Gram iodine is used, it is a mordant. Alcohol is used as a decolorizer in the gram staining. Safranine is used as a counter stain in the gram stain. So these are the four stains and or the reagents used in the gram staining. Why Gram's iodine is called as a mordant? See, in the gram staining, Gram's iodine is used as a mordant. So we have to tell why it is called as a mordant. So why? Because it forms insoluble compound with the crystal violet and serves to fix the color to bacterial cell. So it is called as a mordant because it forms insoluble compound with the crystal violet and it serves to fix the color to bacterial cell. And it forms CVI complex. What it forms? CVI complex, crystal violet and iodine and Mg complex, ribonuclease complex in gram positive bacteria, while CVI in the gram negative bacteria. See, the Gram's iodine is called as a mordant because it forms insoluble compound with the crystal violet and serves to fix the color to the bacterial cell. And in the gram positive bacterial cell, it forms CV, the crystal violet, iodine and magnesium complex, while in the gram negative bacterial cell, it forms CV, that is crystal violet and iodine complex. How to identify gram positive and gram negative bacteria under the microscope? As we know that gram positive bacteria gives us violet color and gram negative bacteria gives us pink color under the microscope. So according to their color appearance under the microscope, we can easily observe that. Who developed the acid-fast staining? So it is developed by the Paul Ehrlich. Acid-fast staining is known as Ziel-Nielsen staining method. Why? Because Ziel-Nielsen developed an acid-fast stain which is commonly used in the acid-fast technique, that is what known as Ziel-Nielsen staining technique. Which counter stain is used in the Ziel-Nielsen staining? Now see, Ziel-Nielsen staining is nothing but the acid-fast staining method. So in this, counter stain is used. So which is that counter stain, we have to tell here. So malachite green is the counter stain which is used in the Ziel-Nielsen staining. Which method is used for the spore staining? Now see, for the spore staining, Ashby's method or Dorner method. These are the two common methods and the famous methods used for the spores technique, not staining. Next question. Explain the function of tap water in spore staining. Now we see in the spore staining technique, tap water is used. So we have to explain why the tap water is used. See, it acts as a decolorizing agent. Once spore accepts the malachite green, it cannot be decolorized by tap water, which removes only the excess primary stain and appears green in color. So this is the basic idea behind using tap water in the spore staining. Next question. What is the difference between capsule and slime layer? So capsule is a gelatinous outer layer that is secreted by the cell and adheres to the cell wall, while slime layer is a part freely from cells as they form and hence have little anatomical significance. Now capsule and slime layer both are different from each other. That's what. Which stains are used in the flagella staining? Now Leifson flagella stain and the carbamazepine is used in the flagella staining. How many types of flagella are there? So there are total 4 types of flagella: monotrichous, amphitrichous, lophotrichous and peritrichous. Next question. What is hanging drop technique? So hanging drop technique, it is used to study the motility of bacteria. What are the main 2 advantages of hanging drop technique? So it is used to study the motility of bacteria and less time consuming. And hanging drop is surrounded by an air space, hence capacity of aeration is increased. Next question. What is the observation of hanging drop technique under the microscope? So here we can observe the behavior of microorganisms in the inner side of the drop edge and record the size, shape and the motility of bacteria. Now we can check the motility of organisms by the Brownian movement or the true motility. Now here the organisms can change their position and their moves from one place to another place if then it is motile. If they are not moving from one place to another place, then they are non-motile in nature. If the bacterial cell are showing Brownian movement, then what is Brownian movement? So it is a vibrating or dancing movement of bacteria in suspension due to bombardment by the molecules of water. So this is a very simple one. If there is a bombardment of water molecules, then the bacterial cell they can vibrate or they can do the dancing. Because of that, the Brownian movement happens. So these are the some important questions related to the staining techniques, and these questions may be asked in the vivavos or in the microbiological interviews in the industry or in the research or in the academia. So thanks a lot. If you have any question, you can comment.